Hello friends, today in this video we will learn about an important concept of data modeling in Power BI. So before starting the video, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe the channel, and if you like this video, please share it with your friends. So as you know, the data modeling is very crucial in Power BI. So let us understand first why the data modeling is important. As data modeling plays a very important role in Power BI report development. One should be good in visualization and the data modeling and DAX as well. So data modeling is also one of the important tasks we have to do in our reports. So basically, the report's performance is totally depends upon the data modeling, and it also makes our report faster, reliable, and it eliminates the data discrepancy, right? So the best practices for data modeling. What are the best practices? So you should have to understand the relationship between tables. So I will tell you about the concept of tables, how we use in our model. So before that, just understand that this concept, like there are multiple tables when you work on the real scenarios. The client will provide you multiple tables. There are a lot of tables. So you have to understand about the data. What are the fact table? What are the dimension tables? What is primary key, foreign key, right? So I'm assuming you already know about these concepts. So whenever you are working on any model, you should have a clarity about your data tables, utilizing DAX functions for data modeling. So it is also important when you are calculating DAX, and the categories and hierarchies you can create effectively when your data model is perfect. And the very important is utilizing calculated columns and measures, and optimizing performance with partitioning and aggregations. So whenever we build a perfect data model, so there are multiple tables on which basis we have to build some visualization, right? So this will help us to uh, partitioning the data and aggregations by, for example, like by country wise, state wise, brand wise, there are multiple categories which aggregates data, right? So if your data modeling is not perfect, you will see some data discrepancy in your data model. Let's move on to the next slide. Why data modeling is important? So as I told you, improved performance of the report. So in the real scenario, when you build your report, so later in the already deployed reports or in some reports, you see the report performance is not good in terms of visualization, in terms of loading time and all. So overall, data modeling improves performance reports, filtering and slicing. So when you provide filters, so make sure your filters are working very perfectly. So you have to build a good data model. The third one is data integrity, the data low data discrepancy. So when your data model is good, your data discrepancy is also low, right? Now the data model also allows us to complex analysis and ease of use. So for a easy and accessible report, we have to build a perfect data visualization where all the filters are working from uh, dimension table to fact table, and our data model should be perfect, right? I will tell you practically about this, like how data model works. But before that, let us understand the dimension versus fact table. What is the key difference? What are these tables? So when you get the chance to work on your real project, so you have understood about the primary and foreign key, but I'm not going into the detail about the concept of primary and foreign key. But in data modeling Power BI, there is a flow which we are using from dimension to fact table, right? So basically, there are two important concepts here is uniqueness. So the primary key in a table, which is called a unique value in a table, right? While the foreign key refers to the primary key in another table. For an example, if you have a table A that contains states, which are 28 states in India, right? And another table, you have table B, which contains sales in India and at different time period date wise, right? So for each date you have 28 states, and for next day you have 20 states. So you are seeing states are repeating for every date, but your master table, that is the dimension table, which contains only 28 states, right? So I hope you get idea what are the primary key and foreign key. So primary key basically a unique contains unique value, not repeating values, and it cannot be null, right? So primary key basically uniquely identifies a record. So whenever we build our data model, you have to make sure your dimension table have unique records, right? So if you build a perfect dimension data model that is filtering from one to many relation, that will a perfect data model, and your flow is good, and your report working, and your report will work fast, right? So let's understand the data modeling types of data modeling. Basically, what are the two concepts here? So the first one is a star schema, and the right hand side image you are seeing, that is snowflake schema. So let us understand the star schema first. So here you are seeing there is a sales fact table, right? As I told you, fact table contains some factual data. For example, sales, revenue, cost by brand, by zone wise, state wise, district wise, right? And these four tables you are seeing along with the fact table, the first one is time. It contains the time, day, month, date wise data, right? And the second one is item table, which contains brand, category, brand name, etc. And the branch contains branch id, owner name, and location. So these four tables are you are seeing here are dimension table. And in branch table you have unique branch id, that is a primary key. And in sales fact table, the branch id is a foreign key, that is referring to the original branch id table, right? So our filter will work from branch dimension table. When we select any branch id, it will filter fact table accordingly, right? So similarly with all the rest of the tables, the filter flow work like this, right? So you are seeing it's making a star like a structure where all the dimension tables are connected to one single table. So snowflake schema, mostly you have multiple fact tables and multiple dimension and sub dimension tables, where it doesn't form a star schema like structure. Here your dimension table connected with sub dimension table and directly to fact table, right? So here this you are seeing it's not making a star schema like structure. So in real world you will get multiple fact tables where you have to work on, right? So I hope you understand about the concept of data modeling and why it is important. Now I will tell you practically about in Power BI how we do build a good data model, right? So before that I want to show you some data which I have. So I have loaded here 7 tables, and I want to show you the data which this table contains. And in salesperson, I will show you what is the unique key for me that I will use to connect the data model. Here you are seeing employee ID and employee key. These are unique values basically, right? And each employee ID representing a unique employee. Here the details are given, and this is the fact table. So this is also reseller key, right? This is our dimension table, and it contains some data based on reseller key. Similarly with region, product, and targets, right? So these all are dimension table. I hope you get idea. And let us see this sales table. It contains sales order number, order date, product key, resellers key. You are seeing reseller key, but it's not unique here. It's all repeating by date. We have date wise data and quantity, sales territory key, right? So now tell me, what is this table? A fact table or a dimension table? So this is a fact table. So all the keys you are seeing here, all referencing to these, the keys from this table, right? So I hope you understand the concept of keys here and how we are going to connect it. So I have already loaded this data to desktop. I'm not loading it again. And let's move on to the model view here. And we should start building the relationship. So let me zoom it out so that you can see it better. Now you're seeing we have loaded all our tables here, and whenever you are doing data modeling, so for the convenience I suggest you to arrange these tables. So all the dimension tables arrange on the top and fact tables on the bottom, right? So I have these two targets and sales table at the bottom, and this is also our fact dimension table. So I have arranged this on top, right? So now start with the product table. So what is the product table? So it basically contains the product id and the data that is representing each product. So in sales table, you are seeing this here product key, and here product key is also given, right? So you cannot create a relationship based on different data types. So here product key is a numeric, here product key is also numeric. When you create product and quantity wise data type, it will throw an error, and this is not a good data model. So make sure you have create relationship based on keys, right? So I have connected this product key, and it will automatically create a relationship, right? So you are seeing here one relationship has been created, and the filter flow. So the important thing which I want to tell you, let me zoom it out, I will show you. You are seeing this arrow, right? This is the down arrow, which means this product table is filtering sales table, right? Whenever you select any value from product table, right, it will filter the sales table accordingly. If you selected any product like cycle, motorcycle, laptop, or whatever the product, it will filter the sales accordingly, right? And you are seeing this one is written there, right? This means one, that means in product table the value in product is appearing one time, right? Once, which means, and in sales you are seeing this star, right? Which means there are multiple values in product key. So that means this is a foreign key. So this is the concept we are using here, and this is the best practice of building relationship, right? So similarly we will build relationship of reseller table, right? So here you are seeing reseller key. So in sales table we must have resellers key. Yeah, there is a reseller key. So you just have to drag and join from this table resellers key, and it will automatically create this relationship. If the relationship is not created automatically, you can also calculate by manually just clicking on double tap. If by any chance your relationship is not made any, so you are seeing here cardinality, we have there four types of relationship we can make. That is many to one, one to many, and many to many. To build all the relationship here, sales territory key with uh, sales territory key. Yeah, this one is here. And similarly here you are seeing employee id. I have to build it with the employee id. So in sales table you are seeing we don't have employee id, but we have employee key. So in this table we have employee key, so just join this employee key with the sales table, right? And target table is left. So we have target month, and employee id. There are three columns, three fields we have. So we have to join employee id here with this column, right? So now our data model has been built, and these two tables are not useful for me, so I am not using this. I am avoiding these tables, but these are my important tables, my dimension tables, and I have built a data model. So now you are seeing all my tables, dimension tables has unique values, and in all the relation you are seeing one to many relationship, right? So when you are working on any data model of Power BI, make sure you build one to many relationship. It's a suggested way of making relationship because it will optimize your report. So there are four types of relationship we have. So let me tell you how this relationship works. Basically, this is one to many, and one to many and many to one relationship almost similar. Basically, it will create a relationship from A table to B table, and the one to many, which means one value appearing in table A and many values appearing in table B, right? So one to many to one relationships are almost similar, and one to one is that when table A and table B contains value as a primary key, which means there are non-repeating values in both of the table, right? So one to one relationship also optimize your report, but generally we don't work with one to one basically. And the important one is here many to many. Many to many relationship also used in reports, but in scenario where it's not possible to build one to many relationship in table, where it contains repeating values in dimension table as well as in fact table as well, right? And the filter flow will also perfectly work in this scenario as well. But you have to understand about the how data is filtering. Sometimes we get uh, double double values from fact tables, and as per the values present in the table B. right? So for the best practice, I suggest you always go with the one-to-many relationship. This will improve your data model and report performance, right? So I hope you understand about the concept of data modeling here. I will end this video here, and if you enjoy this session, please subscribe to our channel and share the video with your friends. We'll see you in the next video with an amazing concept of data visualization. I will build visualization based on this data model. Thank you.